Hey, I want to give you a quick note today on a kind of an odd idea, but I realized something this weekend. I realized that your relationship with your boss is a protectionary device for the team. Now, I'm going to use an example that may not resonate with everybody, but if you have been the victim of parents divorcing, and victim just means you didn't really have any fault in it, of course, and your parents divorced, you'll know how difficult it is to be trapped between two parties. You'll see firsthand how painful it is to have two folks that can't get along above you. Literally, parents are higher in the power hierarchy than you were as a child. And so now I want to take this same example, and I want you to realize that the relationship you have with your boss, the quality of it, impacts everybody on your team. And I think that actually comes right back to LMX theory. If you and your boss have a poor relationship, my guess is your boss may actually think less generally of team members. Now, I think this happens in particular when you have been active in developing the team, in hiring the team, and your boss has not taken the time to forge individual relationships. And so, as this always happens, the person at the top sees their team, sees your team, your boss sees your team through you. You're the lens downward. And if they think you are great, they probably are very confident in your team. But if they don't think you're great, if you and them don't have a high quality relationship, if there's areas of mistrust, of conflict, of consistent problems, then my guess is not only will it affect you, but it may well affect your team. And just to be clear, the ways it might affect your team are very subtle, but those include things like pay, machine quality, which seems weird, but I've seen it, promotions, the kind of project that people get, and generally what kind of career they have. I personally have been in a situation where the vice president did not like my boss, who was the director. And because of that, he came after me. Now, he came after me to try and get me to quit. But in the end, what I found out was this was actually a political move against my boss. This is just one way. Now, I hope that you don't have these kinds of politics where you work. I certainly did. It was no fun. But I want to make it clear, your relationship with your boss is not just affecting you. It affects your team. And if you're curious about this, and I think you should be, I think a great thing you could do would be to actually ask your team if they feel or smell an impact on themselves from your relationship with your boss. If the relationship is good, maybe that you get lots of good things. Maybe you hear good things. If the relationship is bad, maybe you hear fear. Maybe you hear how concerned they are that your relationship with your boss makes them nervous, or that maybe at any given time a project might be canceled. I don't know. All I know is that the relationship that your people have with your boss is highly dependent on your relationship with your boss, especially when there is not a direct, long-term, close, intimate working trust relationship that skips levels. So I think this should go into your tool belt as part of the environment that your people work in, and part of the environment which either enables them and empowers them or inhibits them and causes them to draw back. Remember, leadership is the practice and the process of creating an environment where everyone is empowered. Okay, post your thoughts on the video. Love to hear your thoughts on this. Thanks. Bye-bye.